What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the 97th video of the Brute Strength series. This training, again, same stuff as last week: squats, dumbbell press, one arm pull down, then a little bit of ring stuff, and some triceps. Moved up from 120 kg to 130 kg with a straight bar, so I did 4 sets of 3, and then a top set of 6 reps, which I think, no, it's not the one here. It's probably the one that's coming here, maybe. Yeah, this is the one, I think. So 6 reps with 130. It's obviously a lot less than I've done before. My PR with this weight is like 32 reps, um, which is like fucking wild. But yeah, I'm just happy that things are improving like they are. And I think the hardest part about having been injured, at least like for a lot of people, why they might never like get back to like the previous level after an injury or something like that. Like for some people, it's because they have a really hard time psychologically, um, like accepting the fact that they're not able to do what they've done before, and that is a really hard thing to accept. It's something you actually actively have to work on, um, because I mean, it's not just like of an injury, but also if you have had time off, stuff like that, or worked on a big project, some at work or whatever you have in life, like studying for exams, things like that, and have some time off, you're gonna be weaker than you have been before, and you're gonna know yourself enough to the fact that where you can kind of like hardwire yourself to not just go all out, but keep a little bit in the tank and and be smart about the way that you actually progress back up to be able to do what you have done before. Like it's like in sports, like where teams like like you can have a bad team that shouldn't be able to perform as they do, but because they begin to gain momentum and more trust in their own abilities, they actually start to overperform, and you can have this exactly the same thing in training, or the exact opposite if you start to push yourself too hard and constantly fail stuff. Then you're gonna see the opposite effect going on, where a team like totally like underperform, but it comes down to a lack of confidence and belief in your own abilities. That's basically like 50% of what training is, like being able to make good decisions. And nowadays, like everyone want to be in like this grind set. Every day you have to go harder and harder, but you should also sometimes congratulate yourself on being able to actually stop shy of failure and learning when to push the button and when not to push the button or push the pedal. I mean, because that is as hard of a skill as it is to learn to push yourself to the limit. Like obviously, you should learn what it feels like to go 100% all out, do some of this crazy stuff I've done before, of like 20 reps on front squat, 50 reps on back squat, all out pull up sets. I don't know, like whatever crazy minute stuff, all out and search at deadlifts, things like that. You should know learn how much you can actually push your body, like how far out can you go, and try to do that and see what that feels like. But you should also be able to teach yourself to stop shy of failure when the goal is not to absolutely wreck yourself. Because that fatigue that you get from going all out is not just going to be gone in a week or two if you do it as crazy as I've done before sometimes. Like I was up squatting 10 reps with in the front squat with a 150 kg, and that's where I should have stopped it with the front squat, but I tried to push towards 5 sets of 10 with 140 instead of moving on to just lower reps work further from failure, things like that. And I think honestly that affected my squat more than I think it did. Um, and sometimes the breakdown, injury, stuff like that shows up a lot later, and you might not realize that it's actually because of something that has been going on a long time before it. Like because the fatigue can sit in the body for such a long time. Like I don't know if any of you have heard that. For example, Tadej Pogacar right now, he's not going to compete in the Vuelta, and that is because he needs to be prepared for the next season. Simply, if he competes in the Vuelta this year, like it's going to be extremely hard for him to be able to be ready for the Giro and Tour de France next year. Like because there was someone that did it like last year, competed in all the big three, and he was destroyed for Tour de France this year. So even though it's like half a year until apparently it's not enough time to recover, and that comes down to the CNS being pushed so hard for so many days back to back. So that is something that we consider like when people say that 1 or 2 weeks of deload is going to be enough. Sometimes you might need a lot longer than that to continue with the same kind of training that I've been doing before. If we're talking about some kind of other training or switching from like running a lot to lifting heavy weights, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little or a lot different than if you just were doing the same thing. It's gonna be require a lot less time to actually fully recover. But yeah, that is all for this one for day 97. I hope to see you all for day number 98. I'm out.